Before we go anywhere, let's take one breath together. Inhaling through your nose and slowly exhaling, softening those shoulders. I am Holly Ann, and this is the Healing Power Sound. Today we're gonna clear up some things. There's a lot of beautiful information about sound out there. There's also exaggeration. So let's talk about some common myths about sound healing or sound therapy. Not to dismiss it, but to go around it. Because when something is powerful, it doesn't need hype. Sound is powerful, but it's not a cure-all. It does not replace medical care. It does not magically erase disease. It does not override biology. What sound can do is influence rhythm. It can regulate the nervous system. It can shift breathing patterns. It can influence heart rate variability. It can create conditions that support healing. Now, I just kind of want to break off here, and a lot of people do know me and how I kind of feel about medical care. But there is a side that is good from them. I do put sound more in front of that, but sound is not just the only piece. So I just want to cover that because the more you know me, the more it depends where we sit on the medical field. But that's going to be for something else. We're just going through things here. But I do want to say that because in some future videos, you may be like, hey, she's totally against medical care, blah, blah. But in some aspects, you know, it's definitely something Western medicine and Eastern medicine should work together. So I just kind of want to put that out there first. Because I do totally believe that your body heals itself. And sound is a tool, not a miracle. So you've probably heard about 432 hertz or 528 hertz. Certain tones that supposedly unlock DNA or instantly heal trauma. But the grounded truth is frequency matters. But your nervous system does not respond to numbers in isolation. It responds to rhythm, to repetition, to tone quality, to volume, to predictability, to safety. Two people can listen to the same exact frequency and have completely different responses. Healing isn't about finding the perfect number. Yes, there are numbers so we can figure out some of what things are, but it's about restoring coherent rhythm over time. And so we've talked about cymatics, the science of how vibration organizes sand and water into geometric patterns. The research is real. Vibration absolutely influences matter. And yes, the human body is largely composed of water. I want to say anywhere around 70-75% water. So where things often become overstated is that leap from laboratory experiment to instant biological transformation. Cymatic shows that vibration can organize physical matter under controlled conditions. What it doesn't prove is that a single tone immediately restructures your entire body into perfect geometry. The body is complex. Healing is layered. Physiology adapts over time. What we can say is this: sound influences mechanical vibration in tissue. It influences the nervous system state. I do start talking too fast sometimes. So it influences breath and heart rhythm, and rhythm influences biological regulation. Over time, consistent regulation can support structural and physiological change. That's very different from saying one frequency rewires your body instantly. Healing is cumulative, not dramatic. Louder is not better. More dramatic is not more transformative. Crying does not mean success. Feeling nothing does not mean failure. Intensity is not the goal, coherence is. Sometimes the most meaningful shifts are subtle. A slower breath, better sleep, less reactivity, more resilience under stress. But the nervous system changed. No, said that wrong. That's nervous system change, and that's real. Some people experience waves of emotion. Some feel tingly. Some feel relaxed. Some feel nothing noticeable, or there's nothing to notice. All of those responses are valid. Regulation can be quiet. Healing does not have to look dramatic to be meaningful. Sometimes the most powerful shifts are happening beneath conscious awareness. Now, one thing I should add in too is your power of belief. And I think that deserves maybe a whole series on its own, because there is a whole book, actually more than just a whole book, of The Power of Belief by Bruce Lipton. He turned it into a whole course. So there is that. So yeah, that will probably be another series. So sound has been used spiritually for thousands and thousands of years. But it's also physics. It's a vibration moving through matter. It influences brainwave states, the vagus nerve, breathing patterns, heart rhythm. You do not have to believe in anything mystical for sound to affect the nervous system. It operates at the level of biology. But I feel, again, when I mentioned belief, the power of belief, that's when you feel like you can sense it more. And that's when things happen. Like, why do placebos work? Because you believe it's going to work, but you believe it with every ounce of your body. You don't just like, oh yeah, I believe that. Then it really doesn't happen. But sound cannot force healing. It cannot override the nervous system. If someone experiences emotional release during a sound work, it's because their system felt safe enough to process something. Not because the instrument made it happen. Sound creates opportunity. Your body chooses the response. That distinction protects both the practice and the person. So sound healing, when grounded, is vibrationally interacting with biology, rhythm influencing regulation, a supportive tool, cumulative over time, and most effective when integrating with other practices. Western medicine excels in acute care and emergency intervention. Like if you broke a bone. No. Eastern traditions have long emphasized regulation, rhythm, and prevention. Sound sits closer to that regulatory side of healing. It doesn't replace either system, it complements them. So if your body is an orchestra, sound doesn't rewrite the music. It helps the orchestra return to the rhythm. Sometimes gently, sometimes noticeably, but always through regulation. Not force, not magic, not exaggeration. So sound therapy is powerful when we understand it accurately. We don't need to inflate it to make it meaningful. Grounded science and embodied experience can coexist. And when we respect both, the work becomes stronger. So in the next episode, we're going to do something guided, something that you can return to anytime if you want to reset your rhythm. So stay with me. We're bringing this into a practice.